So, yeah, let's finish it off with left brain, right brain. Start. Which subjects do you prefer? Also, the fucking left brain, right brain, like, weightedness or tendency is like, very debated. Like, I'm pretty sure there is no actual, like, I'm a left brain person, I'm a right brain person. Like, same thing with the IQ test. I'm taking the test because it's fun to take tests. But, yeah, don't trust the answer necessarily, because I'm pretty sure it's kind of, like, bullshit. I mean, same with the personality. Like, the Myers-Briggs test is basically bullshit. Like, yeah, certain people do fall into certain categories, but, like, don't use that as, like, a outline for yourself as a person. People just like putting themselves in categories, though. Which subjects do you prefer? Definitely math, compared to music or art. When you hear a new song, you usually check the lyrics or... Oh, dude. All of my favorite songs, I could tell you, like, maybe 1% of the lyrics. Which is, like, I like to sing along, but it's like the kind of singing along where you're just like... Like, I'm not saying the words. Are you crazy? Do you pay more attention to... Wait, what do you pay more attention to in the picture below? Like, who the fuck is not paying attention to the number? It's like... This is such a bullshit question, because, like, it's weird for a number to be in the middle of a flower. It's also, like, the center point. I feel like everyone would say the number. When you're meeting someone, you typically show up early, just in case, arrive on time, or slightly later. Yeah. When reading a book or an article, I pay attention to every word and every detail. I skim through and yeah. If you were to cook right now, and you have some cooking experience, thanks for giving me that, because I don't really. You would rather follow a recipe or, well, I do just kind of wing it. If a person is asking you for directions from the red star to the yellow dot, what would you say? From the red star to the yellow dot. I would say... Follow this street and take a right. Can't miss it, it's on your right after the turn. Go straight for 100 meters, make a right at the intersection, go 50 meters and you're there. Go straight until you see building A. Make a right, go straight, and it'll be across the street. Yeah. Like, that's just better advice than the first one. When you watch a movie, you pay more attention to the storyline. You think what is most admirable about a successful businessman slash businesswoman and philanthropist is his or her business insight and keen judgment, his or her devotion to charity work and helping others. Like, most of the time, the bottom one. Though, philanthropy... I don't know. Like, if you're described as a philanthropist, like, yeah, whatever. Your level of charity is, for the most part, in like most situations, not going to be that large percentage-wise. While working on math problems, you run into one that you've done before, and you had gotten it right the first time around. With plenty of time to work through the problem, you would solve the problem the way you had solved it the first time, or try to solve the problem, yeah, probably the bottom one. When it comes to math problems, you are better at straightforward number calculations or problems involving shapes. I guess the bottom one. I do work in geometry, more than anything else. Please close one eye and look forward with the other eye for 3 seconds before choosing an answer. Oh, they wanted to hide. Well, yeah, I closed my right eye. There's like a... am I gonna say, like, the fucking nerdiest thing I've ever said in my life? I think I am. Like, this is about as, like, because no one fucking does this. I know I'm a little freak. But I always thought it was cool when I could see someone who could, like, close one of their eyes without, like, squinting, you know? Because, like, when I close my left eye, it has to squint. But I'm more used to closing my right eye because I practiced, of all things. And you can see now that I'm laughing, it, like, starts to squint, but I have practiced closing my right eye without squinting. And just my right eye, I mean, in case you can't see with my hair. Although, I know when I do it at first, I sometimes squint. I can usually relax the muscles a bit. Anyways, nerd story aside, I closed my right eye. Of the two graphics below, which one do you like more? What is there's like... I forget what the test, it's like the Kiki and the Boba test. You know the Kiki and the Boba. It's like a little spiky shape and a little blobby shape. I'm gonna go with the Boba. Listen to the two audio clips below. Which one do you like more? Pausing the music real quick. Dude, I love this noise. It's not a bad noise either. Though birds do kind of piss me off when they're too loud. So I would probably say first one for sure. But yeah, I like both at their own times. Would you rather go to an academic panel discussion or an art exhibition? When I think of academic panel discussion, I just think of like TED Talk. And all TED Talks just make me mad. So, probably art exhibition, honestly. Which type of novels do you prefer? Novels such as Sherlock Holmes? Novels such as Harry Potter? Probably Harry Potter. If you were to describe to someone the relative positioning of the eggplant and the watermelon in the picture below, you would be more likely to... I'm trying not to look at the answers here because they don't want me to, though they didn't give me nearly enough time to read the question. The relative positioning of the eggplant and watermelon. I would say that the eggplant is like... What would I say? I mean, I'd say, like, just on the piece of paper, like, assuming this is a piece of paper, it's up and to the left. I would say the eggplant is up and to the left of the watermelon, or the watermelon is down and to the right. Tell the other person the eggplant is to the top left and the watermelon is to the bottom right. They're facing each other. I didn't really think about the way they were facing. Describe the positioning by motioning and gesturing with your hands. I think I literally did gesture with my hands while I was describing it, but... I don't know. This is a hard one for me. I think I did both. But I can't remember if I gestured with my hands, so I'm gonna go with the top one. Your room is usually very neat. I like to organize and categorize all my belongings. Like I said, it's got its own organization, even if other people call it messy. Which choice do you think is correct? Red. If you were to learn something new, you would choose to learn a new language or a new art form. I mean, probably right now a new language, because I have tried, though I've taken way too long of a break. Regarding time management, which choice describes you more accurately? I have a detailed schedule that I follow strictly. I like to make the most of my time. Or I am more lax with my time and prefer not to set too many rules. I do try and follow a strict schedule. Which of the following choices most resembles the shape below? Which resembles it more, huh? I would say this one for sure. I mean, literally, it's talking about the shape. It's not talking... Like, if we're just reading the question as literally as possible, it's talking about the shape, not the color. So, yeah. Use your finger to draw the letter C on your forehead? Okay. It has the opening facing the direction of my right eye. It sure does. Which picture do you prefer? I mean, like, fucking 2 is pretty as hell. That's just lines, dude. Which picture do you prefer? 1. When you are arguing with someone, you would usually go about convincing the other person... Wait, how would you usually go about convincing the other person that you're right? Give factual examples or statistical data as evidence, analyze the other person's argument to find flaws in their logic, and then counterattack. I do feel like with a certain kind of person, the bottom one is your only route. But I definitely start with this. Yeah, I don't know. What best describes your wardrobe? I prefer clean and simple clothes and usually stick to just a few colors. I prefer a variety of styles and bright, vibrant colors. Honestly, my wardrobe's a mess, so I just wear like 20 shirts that I've had since I was in middle school. But probably closer towards the top, I guess. There's no there's no answer for graphic tees based on video games. If you could succeed at either of the professions listed below, which would you rather choose? Astronomer dedicated to discovering the truth of the galactic mystery. A novelist working on a story about a superhero saving humanity from doomsday. Probably the top one. You're traveling with some friends when you're hanging out together at night. What would you talk about? Ghost stories, interesting things, probably that. If you were to give a birthday present to your 5-year-old self, you'd get yourself Legos or puzzles. Your gender. Prefer not to answer, because I don't see the relevancy. How brain am I? There you go. Left brain inclined. It's that easy, gamers. It's that easy. Okay. Let's move on.